Hello, hello, my beautiful Sagittarius. How's everyone doing today? I hope you're doing well. I hope you're happy. I hope you're smiling. And if you're not, we will be getting to the root of the problem today. I am just cleansing my space, getting my cards ready for the reading, cleansing our space, calling in our spirit guides, calling in our ascended masters, and Archangel Michael to bless us and to keep us safe as I open my mind to receive the messages for you, Sagittarius. Allow the spirits and the souls that wish to communicate with Sagittarius to come through now. Archangel Michael, please protect the gate as I merge my world with yours. And allow me to hear the messages with clarity and accuracy and of the highest white light for Sagittarius, please. And thank you, Spirit. Couple deep breaths. That feels so good. Thank you, my guides, my angels. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you. Okay, so let's get started, Sag. All right. Got lots of different cards here today to get down to what is going on, and we will see what is coming up. I just want to adjust that a little bit. Sagittarius, Spirit is saying that you're not taking care of yourself enough right now. They just kind of want to let you know that, maybe you've kind of backed away from your self-care a little bit. Perhaps you're not sleeping enough. Is what I'm hearing specifically is you're not getting enough fluids. So you actually may find yourself this week drinking a lot, and not just because it's hot. It's because you actually, Sagittarius, have released a lot of negative energy, a lot of negative emotions. And when we do that, our bodies crave water to fill those hot, heavy energies that we release that have been burning a hole inside of us to be filled and nurtured with water. Okay, so if you find yourself, craving more like water, like watery foods, like salads, vegetables, just wanting to drink a lot of water, please nourish yourself. But we're going to take a little step further. There's a book out there my sister actually got for my birthday. It's called The Little Book of Self-Care for Sagittarius. So I'm just going to close my eyes and I'm going to thumb through the pages, and I'm going to allow Spirit to guide me towards the page that has the information that Sagittarius needs to hear right now. I'm seeing page number 33, so let's go there. Page number 33, let's see what it says. Okay, so the best advice for Sag is this: do it, don't talk about it. Sagittarius is usually not interested in delving into his emotional past and finding reasons for current behavior, but he does like to talk out his thoughts, and in this way, a therapist and good listener can be helpful. Many communication or getting along with people problems for Sagittarius are because he has a peculiar habit of foot and mouth syndrome. Whatever comes to mind comes out of his mouth. His blunt way of speaking rubs most people the wrong way, though he never intends to be mean or hurtful. He just calls it like he sees it and is incapable of lying. This is a characteristic of a Sagittarian, but everyone usually forgives him because he is so genuinely surprised that he has been given offense. Awareness of this tendency may push away some of the worst blunders. Jupiter, Sagittarius' ruling planet, is the culprit here. Jupiter rules all excess, whether it is speaking too much or eating and drinking too much. Sagittarius expresses himself widely and fully, and the more energy he has to give to everything, the better. When this energy is used for more hospitality and generosity, he and everyone is pleased. If it leans towards the more destructive feelings, the energy makes chaos, and the centaur can be out of control. A primary factor is self-care for Sagittarius to avoid sitting at a desk all day long, like I'm doing right now. This will give back problems, make the centaur unruly and fidgety, and put him and everyone near him in a bad mood. A standing desk or a cubicle where he can move around is a solution. Sagittarius is one of the most common signs of professional athletes. Sagittarius' quick firepower gives him a fast reaction time as well as stamina. Self-care is easy for a Sagittarian professional athlete because his performance is tied to his profession and his strength that he never hews to a rigid schedule or regime. His instincts tell him what needs stretching and strengthening. This is a good reminder for non-athlete Sagittarians too. Perhaps the most important pathway for self-care success for Sagittarius, however, is laughter. If a centaur can see and feel the humor in whatever self-care activity he is involved in, then the practice will be successful. Sharing jokes and laughter with buddies will encourage Sagittarius and everyone around him. His laughter is contagious, and self-care is the best way to increase it. So let's take a look at some restorative self-care activities designed specifically, especially for you. Okay. So I'm just going to read off of a couple. Sweat your way to relaxation. Try a deep tissue massage for ultimate relief. I have one on Monday. Promote strong bones and muscles with figs. Begin and end projects with a bang. Strike a Pilates pose and burn up the competition. Okay. So I just want to say, because Spirit was talking about keep yourself hydrated. So some of you may be professional athletes, or some of you are just starting to get back into athleticism. I'm specifically seeing somebody playing a lot of volleyball, a lot of outdoor sports, and you're not, you're kind of really not used to this because maybe perhaps you do work at a desk all day long, or maybe you're going from work to the gym or something like that. So Spirit's just reminding you, make sure that you're stretching your body, make sure that you're nourishing your body. I also got like a vision of like laughing yoga, which I've done myself, like where you kind of go and you do yoga and you laugh and, you kind of, play games and stuff. And some of you, specifically, I saw goat yoga. I think that you would find it so hilarious doing like, a pose with like a goat on your back. Like, I just think that that's, to me, when I saw that, I just wanted to laugh. So Sagittarius, get yourself, out there walking, moving, playing some sports, playing with your athletic side. Now, sitting all day at a desk is not good for Sagittarius. I also know that Sagittarius is, the zodiac sign rules the thighs. So the more you stretch your thighs, the more you use, it's one of the biggest muscles in the body. The more you use that, the better you're going to feel, Sag. But just make sure that you stay hydrated. And with that said, I am pulling my bottle of water out and I am taking a sip because now I feel really thirsty. So bottoms up, Sag. Okay, so let's move past that. Before I break into the tower, oh my God, I hope that doesn't come out. But I've been hearing it, so let's see. Let's see what needs to be the soul's journey for Sagittarius. What's going on here? The soul's journey. Yeah. Let's see. Let's get a card for Sagittarius. This popped out. Okay, so death. I am learning that endings are merely beginnings. Okay, so that's a message. I'm learning that endings are merely beginnings. Okay, and this one is service. I feel good when I can help others. Okay, so I am learning that endings are merely beginnings, and service, I feel good when I can help others. So this is just a way to kind of make your spirit feel really good. Something may have happened in your life recently that resulted in some sort of an ending, whether this was actually a physical death of a soul that's transcended, or this is just a death of an old way of being. I'm also getting that some of you used to be coaches of some sort of sport, maybe tennis or baseball or something like that, and you've actually taken a couple of young chickadee Sagittarians or other little children underneath your wing, and you're actually using your sports expertise to help these children out. And if this is some sort of ending that's happened in your life, this is a way of a distraction, because I feel good when I help others. So if you're helping people at work, or if you're helping people with, in service, volunteering at like a soup kitchen, or, donating clothes, or just any sort of services, being in service to other people, Sagittarius, that makes you feel on top of the world. Okay, because we all know Saggy likes to be seen. Okay. So let's find out what needs to be surrendered. What needs to be surrendered for Sagittarius? What needs to be surrendered for Sagittarius, please and thank you, Spirit? Surrender frustration. Frustration doesn't open any doors. The key to resolving a dilemma or dissolving a block is to take a breath, center yourself, and regroup so you may approach the situation more calmly. Okay, so that's coming underneath death. So if something has ended, and there's nothing that you could do about it, we'll find out what that is. Definitely going to pull from the tarot on that to find out what's up. And surrender to effortlessness. Stop pushing so hard. The art of living means going with the flow instead of trying to force the river. Okay? Okay. And what is your overall spirit message? What would Spirit like to say to Sagittarius? What is your overall spirit message for Sagittarius? Breathe. The breath is the vital bridge between your body and soul. It is the connection between the inside and outside, connecting you to the universe, spirit, and the divine source. The breath permeates your entire being with prana, which is the same life-giving force that nourishes everything in the universe. Okay? So let's get another one. We'll just get one more, and then we're going to move into the tarot. Get the messages, find out what's going on. Okay, that's a lot. So I'm just going to take the top one. Oh, okay. I have to take all three. No problem. So, cleanse. Your body, mind, and soul are urging you to take time out for some much-needed cleansing. Just as you wash your car, clean your house, or tidy your office, your body also needs care and attention. It's time for some spiritual, emotional, and physical cleansing. And look at this card, the way that is. You know, with the water, it looks like there's just like water just dripping off of her, like halfway, like float. Yeah, actually, it is a water. It is water because it looks like the like a vase. It's a vase filled with water, just like spilled over. It looks like the vase that the star is holding in tarot. Spirit has its own special study. Spirit has its own special way of letting you know that it's time to study again. From time to time, it's important to go back and learn. Whether that's learning old things in a new way or learning something totally new, this is an opportunity to expand your mind. And last, we have believe. The force that works through your soul, determining what's possible or impossible. The difference between success or failure, and above all, who you are, is the power of your belief. Okay, so if you've had these changes, you know, something where it's happened, death, endings, changing, and stuff like that, believe that, you know, new things are coming in, and there may just be a new path that you need to take a look into to see kind of what's going on. Study yourself, study a new topic, study something, you know, that's important to you, that feels right, that feels relevant for Sag. So let's start pulling from the Psychic Tarot and see what we get. Okay, we have Disruption, and we have Triumphant Success. Disruption. So that's definitely a spiritual union. So that could have to do with a breakup because that's in reverse. Okay. And we have new beginnings in the reverse. I really don't want to take reversals in this, but let's just go with it. Okay. And then we have solitude. Okay. And when you look at the solitude card here, you can see that this person is opening up a book. They're studying. This is like the book of knowledge. So some sort of disruption has happened in your life, okay? This is like a disruption, you know, because this person looks like they're kind of like in a straitjacket, and they've just kind of, you know, just everything is just out of alignment. So you might want to take a look at your chakras. You may want to go get some Reiki. You may want to listen to 452 sound frequency. Go on YouTube, check out some sound frequency videos to try to get yourself back into alignment. There are people who do distance Reiki on YouTube. That you could watch. I've done it myself, and I actually feel better. The spiritual union, okay, is different from like a typical relationship. A disruption in the spiritual union, triumphant success, okay. This is the sword here that kind of sliced this up and through this spiritual union in the reverse, because is what's happening here. When you're in a spiritual union with somebody, Sagittarius, it's different than just a regular relationship where, like, let's say you guys meet at a club, you go on 3 dates, you go to the movies, you guys get together, you're together for a couple years, maybe you get married, you have kids. But it doesn't go as deep as a soul contract, okay? So you've met this person. You felt an instant tie to them. You felt an instant connection. Like, look at the way these two people have their heads together like this, and there's that glowing light there, and it's like the both of them are like, yeah, we're going to pour into each other's cup here, and we're going to, we're going to heal each other. It's a meeting of the minds is what I feel like. It was a meeting of the minds when you met this person. For some of you, I see you sitting on like a rooftop lounge, like a comfy couch. It may have been red. I see you sitting there cross-legged, Sagittarius, looking sexy, looking beautiful. You may have been wearing a very flashy, hot pink dress is what I'm seeing. And just kind of like sipping on a martini, like not a glass of wine, not a beer, but like a martini that I'm seeing in your hand. And you're by yourself and you're just kind of gazing off as the sun is going down, and this person came and just sat down next to you, and the two of you just started talking. And I feel like it was like 4 hours that the two of you were talking. This place was looking to close down and like looking at you like, can we get you anything else? And you're like, yeah, no, we're just talking. You weren't drunk or anything like that, but you just had a very meeting of the minds with this person. It was just such a deep conversation, and this person literally came out of nowhere. But I'm gonna tell you that here's the thing. This person, you'll know who it is. This person actually saw you. They were on their way home, or they were on their way with someone else, and they made an excuse that they had a family emergency or something. I don't feel like it was a girlfriend or a boyfriend. I just feel like it was like a group of friends. There's like a group of like 3 friends. And they were like, yeah, we're going to go to the sports bar. And your friend and the person that you met was like, saw you go up to this place, and knew that if he brought his friends, it may serve as a distraction because you were by yourself, obviously. And if he shows up with 3 friends, you would have options, right? You could probably talk to anyone that you wanted to talk to. So he wanted to keep you to himself. So what he did is he told his friends, he may not have told you this, he may tell you this in the future, but he felt such a strong pull to you. He was like, wow. And it wasn't just about your beauty. It was about your energy. It was something that made him stop and look up and be like, wow, who is that? What is that? Oh my God, I need to speak to this person right now. Okay. If you've ever felt that with anybody else before, you know the intensity of the energy, the draw to like speak to this person, be near this person. Like it's like sitting in a class, like listening to a professor, and you're just completely resonating with everything they're saying. The topic is so interesting. You're so into it, and you just feel so excited. That's what this person felt on the other side of the spiritual union, because it was contracted for the two of you to meet at that specific time in the universe. Divine timing dinged. So this person went upstairs. They made an excuse to their friends. The friends were like, all right, man, see you later. It was just easy. They crossed the street. They waited till their friends went into the sports bar, and then they went right up. And there you were. You already had your drink. You were sitting there. You were, looking fine and just by yourself. And this person just went right to you, sat down, and was like, hi. But then it felt very successful. Excuse me. There may have been some successes with this, but I also feel like this cut you up. And it's not like this person cut you up. Is what this person did was, it kind of opened up the Ziploc bag to look inside and see, because I see someone taking like a bag out of a freezer and not knowing, like freezer burned, and not knowing what's in it. And then like opening it up and looking inside and being like, I don't know, is that chicken or pork chops? Is it, or fish or whatever, in the freezer. And it's kind of like, wow, I thought that I had, stopped being triggered by something, but meeting this person actually brought up old wounds for you. Old wounds that kind of halted this new beginning, right? So Spirit's asking you, look into the book, look inside yourself, study yourself a little bit to find out what is still triggering you, Sagittarius. And I'm not saying that this person's not interested. I'm not saying anything about that yet. We're definitely going to get into it in a second as soon as I finish channeling these messages. After these messages, we'll be right back. Anyway, I had to say that. They made me say it. That's what Spirit is saying. They want you to look, okay? Because you can't bring your old self into this spiritual union. Because this person is not meant to heal those old wounds. You are. So when you heal those old wounds and you're completely healed by forgiving, okay, that is when the spiritual union will be able to take place, because the both of you are healed already, whole, heal, and new, and that's why the energies drew each other. So the energy was allowed to pull you to each other because, you know, divine timing, we're supposed to meet this person at a certain time in a certain place. But meeting this person, like maybe you thought like the last connection that you had, this person never called you, or they never had an intelligent thing to say, or they didn't have such a deep conversation, or they didn't look at you the way that this person looks at you, and you're starting to dig in the garden of old wounds thinking, well, is this person not going to call me again? Is this person not going to want to see me? Are they going to stay interested? Have we talked about everything that there's nothing left to talk about? Like just all these things coming up that have attachments to old wounds. And this sword needs to be swung on those old wounds, the sword of forgiveness, so that your energy can clear out. Okay, so whatever that means for you, Sagittarius, whatever book you need to open up, open it and take a look and start to heal it. Okay, but we will definitely pull from the tarot to get some energy on this. So on disruption, actually we're not going to pull cards on that. I think we've said enough. Okay, so what is Sagittarius' person thinking and feeling about them right now? What is Sagittarius' person thinking and feeling about them right now? Knight of Wands in reverse. And the Five of Pentacles. Okay. I don't want to say that this person's acting like a jerk. I don't want to say that this person may be a little bit too sexual or too flirtate. I don't want to say that. I don't want to even say that this is like a playboy type of energy, but it is sort of like a low vibrational energy, okay? But I feel as if this person is not taking any sort of passionate stance towards you because they're in the Five of Pentacles energy, because they may be feeling left out, but not necessarily by you, but spiritually, because your healing triggers their healing, okay? So while you're digging through old wounds in solitude, and you may have gone silent on this person, you may not be speaking to them anymore because you're busy studying, you're busy being of service to other people, you know, you're making it harder than it has to be. At least that's how they're seeing it. Why is this hard? What is Sagittarius' feelings towards this person right now? What is Sagittarius thinking and feeling about this collection right now? Seven of Cups. And the Five of Swords. 2 5s equal 10. Okay, bottom of the deck, the Tower. Didn't I tell you the Tower was going to come out? Jesus. And the High Priestess in reverse. Okay. So, I feel like you're trying to decide, is this right for me? If this person's triggering these old things inside of me, these old thoughts, these old ways of thinking that I'm so afraid of it's going to happen again. But I also feel, Sagittarius, that you don't even want to look for another cup. I feel like you want this person. I feel like you, with the Five of Swords here, I feel like you really want to defeat your lower vibration. Because look at the way that person is digging that sword into the person that's on the bottom. Like, I feel like you actually want to fight through this. Especially with this Tower moment, you know, the Tower here and the High Priestess in reverse. It's kind of like Spirit wants this Tower to fall, and the High Priestess is not going to tell you how it's going to happen. Your inner knowing is not going to go off. Spirit has to do this. This is a spiritual union, which means that it's divinely guided. It's divinely orchestrated. It's a soul contract. This isn't just a matter of who calls who, or can I just go pick someone else. There's something here. Okay? So what's the next step here? What's coming up next for Sagittarius? The Three of Cups with the Sun. Okay, so I like that energy. And I like this energy because it's an energy of 3, which is the next step. It's not a 1, it's not a 2, it's a 3, the next step, right? 3 of Cups. This is happiness. This is celebrations. This is, joining together. I feel also that the Spirit is saying that this is a spiritual team marriage. Your spiritual team, their spiritual team, coming in together to orchestrate the sun, the happiness, the joy. Because you're willing to fight. You're willing to take this sword here to be successful. Because look at here, bottom of the deck. It's in reverse, but that doesn't mean anything right now. The 6 of Wands. You're willing to fight for this triumphant success. You're willing to fight for it. And Spirit is coming in to help you out. Especially with this Tower, because you know what? The Tower is not always bad. The Tower has to shake this foundation that the two of you thought you were going to build. Oh, we're going to build a foundation based off of paranoia. Or we're going to build a foundation that's based off of, thinking that this person's going to cheat on you or ghost you or whatever. The ghost of a boyfriend, girlfriend past, or horrible relationship past, or didn't work out, or mixed connection, or unrequited love, or the one that got away. Whatever story you told yourself. That's nothing compared to this. This is it, Sagittarius. This is the connection that you have been born to follow through with. And trust me, there is nothing that you could have ever done in another life that would make this be, it's just going to be another lesson. It's just going to be another Playboy. It's just going to be another, missed opportunity. It's only a missed opportunity if you keep staying in this 7 of Cups energy where it's like, well, let me reach for this cup. Let me reach it. Because you have free will. Absolutely, baby. You have free will. You could walk away at any time. Which, let's see if Sagittarius is planning on walking away, because we all know Sagittarius doesn't like to listen sometimes. Sagittarius likes to be a little bit blunt sometimes, but I don't think you're going to scare this person away. Sagittarius, you have 2 of Wands. All right? 2 of Wands, and the world's in reverse. So no, you're not going to walk away. 2 of Wands. Okay? Let me think. It's like, I got a Wands, you got a Wands. Okay? You're both holding on to that energy. You're holding on to energy. You're not going to walk away. You're just getting the idea. How do I burn the mistakes of the past? How do I burn the lessons that I've learned? How do I ashes to ashes, dust to dust? Here, I'm going to give you a little, ooh, 6 of Pentacles, nice. I'm going to give you a little advice, Saggy. Do a burn list. Write down on a sheet of paper everything that has happened. Don't assign it to a person. It's just energy that's happened. Make a list. Starting Spirit saying from the time you were a young person, when you first were allowed to date, or when you first had crushes, or the first time that you told somebody how you felt and what happened. Because not all of us have been accepted. A lot of us have been rejected. I want you to go back to when you first learned about relationships, love language. What was it? For me, it was liking someone, and I'm being real here. I'm being open, because you got to be open. You have to share, because when I share, I heal. When I was younger, young, like 5-6 years old, my love language, it's my foot, my curtain. It's not a ghost. My love language was to have a crush on someone, but never be able to tell them. So I would write them love letters. I would think about them. I would make a plan like, all right, I'm going to tell Joshua next week that I really, really like him. And I would build up all these fantasies in my mind about this person without even really knowing like what a relationship really was or anything like that, like not really knowing, but for some reason, like I just kind of felt like, okay, I have a really super big crush on this person, and my response to them would be to be mean, to make fun of them, and then expect them to like me in return, but never tell them how I truly felt. And that carried on throughout my whole life, where I would like someone a lot, and never tell them. I would tell my friends, I would tell my family, I would develop these feelings inside of me, where I would look forward to seeing this person. Maybe perhaps if they spoke to me, it was like the greatest thing ever. But I always just felt in my heart of hearts and just knew that I was going to be rejected. So I never went for it. And the last time I did, I got rejected. But now I know that was for my protection and for my highest good, because that person was not meant for me. And when I say that person was not for me and not meant for me, it doesn't hurt me anymore to say that, so I know that I've healed that. But what I did find was an old diary of my that I had a couple months ago, where I saw exactly in my own handwriting how I assigned these situations with guys that I had met over the years, and how I thought I just put them up on such a pedestal, saying they were the one, this, that, just going through life, like starting as like at like 12 all the way to like 25, 22, 23, I think 23. And that's when the diary ended. But that was how I'd never told anybody. And that comes from a deeper childhood wound of being told by my parents that I would never get married, that I would never find love, that, it was going to be very difficult for me to find anybody. It was just that's how it was going to be. So I always looked at love and relationship as the outside looking in, but yet I still had contracts with all these other energies that I was going to meet throughout my life, but it always ended in disaster and heartache because I was never able to voice my feelings. And that's really what those lessons were about. It didn't matter what my parents said to me. It didn't matter that. It mattered me being able to open my mouth and speak my truth and tell someone how I'm feeling. And if they don't respond in the way that, I hope, where they say, hey, I like you too, then that means, okay, I need to move on. Wrong person, move on. Because it could take a long time for you to find that one person that's like, wow, like this right here. This right here. It's not about, I like you enough to take you to the movies, or I like you enough to take you to prom. It's this right here. And some Sagittarius finds luck and love later on in life because of these types of things. Because Sagittarius is very freedom loving and very blunt, and, just very sometimes self-unaware that they've hurt someone. And I've, not telling someone how you feel, especially if they're coming around you and, they want to be a part of your energy and you're pushing them away, and then you're hurting yourself, even though deep down inside you know that you really like this person, did a lot of damage to me. But anyway, so I've healed that. I've moved on. But what I did was I burned that diary. I took it, I ripped out every single page on the night of a full moon, and I burned it. It was a big fire. I burned that diary because I said, number one, I don't want anyone reading this when I've passed away, because a lot of it was just so ridiculous, but it helped me. So if you have something like that, if you have notebooks or diaries or something like that, go back and take a look at where your love language started, and make a list, write down all the things that you'd like to get rid of, that you need to forgive. Ghosting, not answering the phone, not picking you up for a date, treating you like crap on a date, like whatever it is that you want, like write your whole book, take that and burn it, and that's your ashes, and you're forgiving that. Because when you forgive it, it's not going to come back to test you again. It may in small forms because, of course, you know, we can't control everything. But, you know, yeah. So, whew, that was a lot. That was very heavy. Excuse me. Whew, I had a very long day. I had a long day of readings that I did the other day. So I want to get you some advice before I close. So that's the solution to this. And of course, I will continue the story. So make sure you guys like, share, subscribe. Oh my God. Oh, okay. I thought that was an elephant. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, because I like to continue stories. If you have questions about this, please ask me your questions in the comments, and I will answer them. Also, if you want to book a private reading, you could do so. I always tell people to email me, and I'll put all the information in the description box, because going to my website, the prices are not what they are. I've actually lowered my prices. You know, I want to give people an opportunity to have a reading and not break the bank, you know. Whatever. Ooh, the fish. We like this fish. Okay. The fish. Fire. Fish. Okay. Subconscious, intuition, emotions, fertility, and luck. I honor and respect all of my feelings. So, the fish is associated with the element of water and its free-flowing nature. It is also symbolic of the subconscious and unconscious minds and the connection to our intuition and emotions. Fish are phallic by nature and connected to sex, enjoyment, and fertility, leading to offspring. It is also associated with the feminine energy of the moon and the lunar goddess representing birth. Fish represent faithfulness and freedom from material gain. The fish is also connected to good luck and fortune. Fish swimming down is a symbol of transformation. Fish swimming up is symbolic of evolution. My intuition is powerful. I trust what it is telling me, and as I allow space for it to guide me, I flow in the current that connects me to my purpose and personal power. I am an extraordinary human with the capacity to explore and swim into the depth of the unknown and unseen to reveal the secrets of my subconscious. That's here, solitude. The gift gives me the ability to be a master healer of myself and finally tune into the present moment to live life from a place of truth. I trust my intuition. No one can know what is more truthful and accurate for me than me. The universe is listening to my emotions, and it is aligning me up with free-flowing abundance. I flow gracefully in this motion, knowing all is effortlessly flowing to me, and that's why I surrender to effortless. Remember? Surrender to effortless. This present moment is a time of conception and letting the world see the healing and creative aspects of myself. Okay, so that's why the Six of Wands is in reverse, because the world here is right here. The world in reverse is not ready to see the success and the happiness that is coming from this, because we're not ready yet. Because this is a time of conception. Okay? And also letting the world see the healing and creative aspects of myself. So this is what we need to go back and learn so that we can do that. Okay? Emotions are feelings in movement, and when I let them flow, they release and transform. When I express myself through creativity, my feelings bring a sense of cathartic healing, which allows my spirit to evolve and connect with more good feelings. Excellent. Okay? So that's why we're taking a break a little bit here, Sag. We're doing the self-love, we're doing the care, we're doing all this. And if you haven't met this person yet, if you weren't resonating with my, my channeled message in the beginning, you will. When you're doing this work, when you're getting rid of and you're forgiving old past wounds, and, you're putting whatever's inside of you out into the world to see how much you've healed. Because and it's not like, okay, and that could be you, where you've healed and you've put yourself out in the world, and all of a sudden, bam, somebody comes in. But they disrupted something, because that's what they're supposed to do. Just clearing out some old energy. Okay, Sag? So those are your messages for you. I want to do an extended. I'm going to pull from a different deck. I want to get this person's feelings about you, Sagittarius. okay? So if you want to follow me over to the extended, make sure you email me and you say, hey, I want the extended. I want to know what this person's thinking and feeling about me right now. Just going to focus on them and what their next move is going to be. But if this is where I leave you, Sagittarius, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for liking. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for supporting my channel. I love you, Sag, and I will see you soon. So I hope you follow me over the extended, because we're going to find out what's up with this person. Like, what are they thinking? What's going to be their next move? All right, Sag. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.